All right, everybody, it is now 3 o'clock. It is time for our 5th hour update here on Fishgistics for the 2018 Baja 1000. This hour update is brought to you by Hostile Racing Products. Hostile makes some of the best door bags, helmet bags, backpacks, basically all kinds of like apparel and stuff you need in your race car for your impact gun. Dan over there, get a hold of Dan at Hostile. Look him up on Facebook or on Instagram, Hostile Dan. They make some really nice stuff. He made some custom door bags for our Can-Am. That was pretty cool. It was really cool to have. I know pretty much everyone's race car uses Hostile for their bags. So go check out Hostile Dan, get some door bags made. He makes hats. He does all kinds of apparel, everything. So go check him out. Thanks, Dan, for sponsoring this hour. All right, the 7X is the lead bike. He's gone about 50 miles in the last hour, so he is now at mile 556. So 7X still up front. The 66X has not updated in 35 minutes, but we're going to assume that their tracker's just not working and they're still in second place. Then the 25X and the 3X are the next couple back. First quad is the 1A. They've been running up front all day, and they are still up front. They're at mile 448. So that's a look at your bikes. You see they're all still a ton of them down in the lower loop. They're pretty much all just about to head into the silt gnarly section here between 380 and 480. That's the toughest 100 miles on the course. So the bikes are getting in there. They might get through there before dark, most of them, so that's good. I'm sure they wanted to get through there before dark. All right, let's head back up and look at the other race, the four-wheel cars. So we have the number 6 in front still. We got the 83 and the 31. This is the order of the first 3 cars on the road, both physical and corrected time. Andy is ahead of Luke on corrected time. Remember, Andy started a couple cars back. So we'll see what's going on with them once we get some more corrected time updates. The Rob McCachran's tracker is working now, so that's cool. He's running in 4th, and then Bryce is right behind him in 5th. So Bryce is actually dropping back a little bit. I don't know if they're having a little bit of a truck issue or what's going on with Bryce, but he did get passed by both Rob and Andy, it looks like. So the number 7 is having a good run, but they're dropping back a little bit. So not sure what's going on with them. So number 6 still out front physically. Back here, Robbie Gordon, he's still going. Looks like his truck is still holding up so far. It got through the roughest part of the race so far, so that's good. We'll see how he's going. Dan McMillan cruising along. He's back here. Cameron Steele, we did get one update on Cameron. He has no first gear. So they have no first gear in the transmission, which isn't really too big of a deal in a trophy truck because you really only use first gear getting out of a pit or stopping, if you're pulled over. You can drive the whole course in second and third gear pretty much no problem. You're not really going to lose any time. So hopefully the other gears just don't go out. For Cameron, hopefully he can put together a good run still. Then it's a little ways back to the 70, Kevin Thompson. This is Harley Letner driving in here too. I think Harley's doing the second half of the course because Kevin Thompson did qualify himself. So I'm going to assume that is still Kevin in there right now. I think Harley's getting in down at the bottom, so Harley's not in there yet. Then BJ, he's having a pretty good run. He's definitely driving still. Todd LeDuc might be taking over for him later, depending on how he's doing a little bit later. So that's your main trophy truck update. Let's head up and look at the Class 1s. So the first Class 1 is Brian Wilson. He's right here. And then the next one is the RPI car, Brandon Bailey. He's in second place here. Actually, sorry, Shelby Reed, the 168. They're in second place. So Brian Wilson is just ahead of Shelby Reed once they update. They're right on each other. That's your first 2. And then Brandon Bailey is third here. We don't know where Justin Davis is because his tracker's not working. They finally did fix the other tracker. So Carlos Lopez is now tracking. However, he's in the pit in San Felipe with some kind of a transmission problem. He came in the pit, they did a full fuel, and he went to leave the pit. It didn't work right, so he had to turn around and come back in the pit. So he's sitting in the pit with some kind of transmission problem. All right, so then back up here, we got Gary Magnus still coming along in the 45, doing good. Let's see, Espinosa. Okay, one truck just left. Okay, the one truck just left the pit, so they're going to start moving here in a minute. They got it fixed, or they think they did, and he's going again. So we'll see how far he makes it. It looks like Justin Davis. Okay, his tracker's working again. Here we go. It just came online. So Justin Davis is running 4th right now as of 0 minutes ago. So it did just update. That's good. They got those. They got that working. So we'll be able to see where he is again. The 19 is out of fuel. So right here, 183.7, that is Ryan Millen driving it. I don't know if you guys saw the video we posted, but they hit a big hole right as they ran out of fuel. So they're out of fuel, waiting for their crew to get them more fuel. They were about a half mile away from their pit, or so is what we were told. So you would think they'd be going again any minute. But they're out of fuel. We'll see if they get going again. The number 4 right here, Justin Matney, we just heard from their co-driver. They just texted me. Billy just texted me. That was Josh Daniel driving that truck right now. They broke the steering rack at mile 184.9 there. So they have a broken steering rack on the number 4, and they're waiting for their crew to bring them a new steering rack. So they're going to get it changed out. But unfortunately, it looks like the race win is out of the picture for the number 4. But hopefully they can at least get it fixed and go have some fun the rest of the way. So that's the update we have there. Let's go, let's see. So we're going to do a look at the spec class. This spec class update is brought to you by Baja Kits by Brenthal. Thanks to them for once again providing us the trophy truck spec class update. So let's go look at the spec class. Here's the leader, William Hendrick Jr. He is out front. He's pulled away a little bit. So Bryce Swaim is in second now, it looks like, and Elias Hanna has dropped back to third, and Sarah Price is in fourth. She's been running fourth pretty much all day, so they're pretty much staying consistent. The 200 has dropped off a little bit, but it hasn't updated for 10 minutes. So once again, you always got to look at the tracker. So once this updates, they're probably going to be back up here where they were. So they are going to be up here. So it's going to be the 295, the 200, and the 242, looks like, for your top 3. Then it goes back to the 252 here, Gonzalo, then the 234, Jason McNeil, Ted Monecure here, and Brian Trotter in the 225. That's your next group. So we'll see how they get going. The John Langley in the Cops car is back here, and then it stacks up again all the way back. So that's your trophy truck spec class. Now, thanks to 4-wheel parts, we will go look at the 2900 class. So this is the 4-wheel parts 2900 class update for this hour. Looks like the 2966 Reese Millen. They've been in front all day. They are still out front, but look, they're at 0 miles an hour right now. So 1 minute ago, that's not really where you'd be pitting either necessarily. So we'll have to take a look back on this in a minute. I think they might have a problem right here. They might have a flat tire or something, because if you're going to pit, you would have done it up here on the highway. You're not going to pit over here in the middle of the side of the mountain. So we'll have to see what's going on with them there. That might be something to keep an eye on. The 2910 is definitely moving and in second place, so they might begin to pass the, see there, they just updated the 2910, 2966, still sitting there. So Reese Millen looks like he has some kind of problem. We'll see if he can get going again or not. Then you got Wayne Matlock and Justin Smith fighting for the final podium position there for the third spot. Then it backs up, and we have Corey Sappington, Derek Murray, Juan Garcia, and keeps going back from there. So starting to get a little gap between these top 4 right here. These guys are putting some time on the rest of the field, but we have a long way to go, so that doesn't really mean anything at this point. So that's that class. What else do you guys want to see? We got a couple minutes here. We can look at some other classes. Let me know if there's a certain car you guys are looking for. Let's go look at the Class 7s. They got moving again. So Dan Shamley is checked out. He did not get stuck in the silt where a lot of the other guys did. So Dan Shamley definitely has a pretty big lead at this point. He is leading Brandon Walsh, who's racing in his own class by himself. And then it's Jeff Proctor, who's the Honda truck with... Okay, there you go. Jeff Proctor just jumped up here. So this is the F1 driver, Alexander Rossi, in here right now. He is driving this first section. He got stuck in the silt earlier for a while, and he's moving again now. So good to see them going. Let's go look at Class 10. A few people are asking about that. So Class 10, leader is going to be Cody Reed. So the RPI car is first, Class 10. Then we have Ruben Torres, Ty Goody, and... goes back here. It's stacked up pretty much right here, so it's hard to tell who's in what place once you get there. But it looks like Cody Reed has got a couple mile gap on the rest of the class so far. The Class 1 cars, as we looked earlier, it's going to be the Wilson car out front, Brian Wilson, followed by Shelby Reed, Brandon Bailey, and Justin Davis. The other Wilson car had a problem back over here, but they got going again. They're right here. So the other Wilson car is going again. So good for them. All right. So what else did you guys want to see here? Somebody said UTV Limited. All right. They're not very far along yet, but we can go look. Where's the Limited? That would be the normally aspirated class. So let's go look. Looks like Kristen Matlock is leading that class, followed by Todd Romano and Tyler Backus. That's your top three, it appears to be in that class. So then it's a 944, and then you got a gap back to the rest. So that class is definitely a little bit more spread out besides these top couple cars right here. All right. So people shouldn't BJ break something. He was planning to pit over towards San Felipe. That's where most people are going to pit. A lot of people tried to make it 200 miles or so and then do a pit. So if you see him pitting right now, or you see him at 0, he's probably just pitting. Let's see, where is he? The 97. Yeah, see, he's moving again. So BJ was just doing a pit if you guys saw him over there earlier. All right. So let's see. All right, Bryce wants to see Class 5. That's the last one we'll look at now. Then I got to go do some more updates. There's only 3 cars in that class. And it looks like Ben Swift is in the lead. And then, let's see, Caesar, that's okay. So that's 550. Only problem is when you open these up, it opens all the 516 cars with them also. So you can see it's kind of hard to do that. But Ben Swift was in the lead. Bryce, I think that's who you're looking for anyways. All right, guys, we will be back real quick. Trophy truck leaders, like I said before, it's the 6, then the 83, then the 31 once it updates, and the 11 and the 7. So right there, all those ones on the screen, those are your top. They're all within a couple miles of each other. The 6 is out front. The 83 is second. And then from there on, we will see what happens. All right, we will be back at 4 o'clock with your next update. Thanks to Hostile Dan again for this hour of updates. Go check out Hostile for all your door bags, all your helmet bags, all your impact bags, all that good stuff. All right, see you guys at 4 o'clock.